Hey guys, welcome back here to another episode of Waterworld. I'm just going to quickly just show you what I've been doing in the last few episodes and also a little bit off camera just before I get into the time lapse today. So I've just kind of tidied up the area by the water slide that I built in the last episode, and also I've got this patch here which has got something missing, so I'm just going to go in now with a time lapse and just build like a small kind of maybe like a drink stall or a small little shop that you could go into and pick up a drink and then walk across to one of the seating areas nearby and have a rest. So that's the idea for this little building. I'm just using the clapper boards again from the Shy Guys 2 set so that it ties in with the rest of the other buildings that I've built within the park. I've tried to kind of keep not a theme but like a style going on, so everything kind of matches in some way or another. I just wanted to go for like a nice little beach kind of style hut kind of house thing. So I'm just going with like a small different coloured roof section in the middle there just to give it a bit of style. But yeah, I'm going to do a building as well opposite this one, just underneath the half pipe slide, just to tie those together. But I'll get onto that later on in this episode. But today, in today's video, I am mainly doing, again, path edges, cleaning up areas and putting in some foliage and really tying the water park together as one. So yeah, it's basically nearly done now. And I know I've been doing this for quite a long time now actually on my YouTube channel. If you've been watching this project from the very beginning, do give me a comment down below. I'm interested to know who's been watching it the whole way through. Let me know. But yeah, it's been quite a long project. It's really taken me quite a while to get online. It didn't take me too long to build actually, but actually putting the videos together and showing you each little section of the build has been a bit of a process, but I hope you've enjoyed it. I do hope to have this kind of finished in the next episode maybe and ready for a download link on the Steam Workshop, but I'll let you guys know when that happens, just so you can go ahead and download it and explore. I'm sure there's some changes I could make to this park before I put it online, because as I've said in other videos recently, that the new DLCs come out, there's new foliage mods, so I definitely could enhance some of this a little bit more, I think, compared to what it is now. Like I always say, and I've said this before, but if you are new to my channel, you probably wouldn't know, but I build all my projects in advance and then I actually put them onto YouTube, so I don't panic myself with what to build, because sometimes all of us, we get a little bit of builder's block and we get a bit stuck and we're not knowing where to go, what to build next, or how something should be. And I don't like having that feeling while putting videos online, because then I rush myself and panic myself to get something online, and I don't want to share something on my channel that isn't up to the kind of standard or level that I normally like to show. So I feel like doing my projects in advance and then showing them on YouTube is kind of the way that I've gotten around that kind of panic, I guess. And also I want to do this for fun, not for panic. So yeah, sometimes some things are a little bit out of date with my projects, just because there's been updates or there's new mods out, and in this case the DLC has been released since I built this park, but nevertheless I hope you're enjoying it, and that doesn't bother you too much. But I do try and keep it always fresh and add new stuff into the park, and create new ideas. I'm always looking for new ways to use the pieces, and not maybe just using them for their normal purpose, but also finding new ways to use those pieces within the scenery, that kind of thing, just to make something new. So I hope as well that's also something interesting for you guys. But yeah, I'm definitely going to go in, I think, and change some of the foliage or add more foliage using Matt Freak's foliage essentials, because I think it will I think it will really enhance this park. So yeah, so I'm just going to go in now and kind of tidy up some of the pools. I've put some path colors within the pools to make them brighter blue, or make them look more like a swimming pool, so I've gone ahead and done that. Also with the DLC now, I can actually change the color of these pools and make them a bit more tropical looking, which would be quite cool, so maybe I'll do that as well. So there's just one last little path edge here to tidy up on this side of the park, and a nice gap there to fill in with some foliage alongside the lazy river. The lazy river, I've gone ahead, I don't know if I did it on camera or not, but I added in some of the tyres from the prop section, and I just coloured those tyres yellow, placed them along the river to make them look like floating kind of dinghies that you would sit in and float around the river. So I've used the tyres for that. They are a little bit small. I do kind of wish there was like a mod for a rubber ring but there's not, unfortunately. So I have used a tire, which I think it looks kind of good, kind of what the nearest I could get to it, really. Just adding in here a nice little tunnel underneath the slide for the river there, and I'm just going around the rest of the park now and adding different coloured umbrella areas. I think it's nice to have sections of seating areas, and I like to break up those sections with colour, just so it is a bit of there's a bit of variety throughout the park. And in the island in the middle there, I've gone for like a neutral colour to really tie it in with that kind of coconut island thing that I was going for. So now what's left to do now is just to tie up the slide tower from the half pipe water slide to the actual main part of the park, so that I guess could actually go in and queue up for that slide. But yeah, a bit of a bitty episode today, just getting lots of little pieces done here and there. I'm just going to go in now and just add a couple more details, some fences around the pools, and also I wanted to add some more kind of water storage tanks. So I'm just going to do another one over here by the launch, well, not launch, but the Master Blaster type of water slide. So I'm just going to pop one of those in now, and then just hide it with a little bit of scenery, some walls, some rocks, trees, that kind of thing. I do need to actually finish up this Master Blaster slide a little bit. Just need to add a bit of a roof on top of the tower or something, and I also need to do the platform and everything for the slide, and the stairs going up to it. But I'll do that another time. Not really too important right now. And then so that leads me to the last thing to do is to go in and do that last little kind of restaurant building, which I talked about at the beginning of the episode. So I'll just do that now after I've just finished doing some terra painting. So I've already decked out the area for this kind of restaurant, small kind of food area. Put some wooden decking down, which is going to match the building opposite. I wanted the buildings to kind of be cohesive, so that's why I've gone with a similar colour scheme. And I think this is the food section, where the other smaller one which I built is the drink section. So I'm just kind of using the same pieces, copying those over, but just doing like a different kind of build. And also it really kind of finishes up the corner of the pool there with the slide and everything, because it was a bit of an awkward gap, which I wasn't really too sure what to do. And the slide does overhang over the top of the restaurant, but I think it's okay, it's not too bad. In real life I think the slide would drip water, but it's got a roof on top of the building, so we're all good. I'm just going to add some string lighting as well to these kind of buildings, so at night time they do look a little bit pretty, and filling in gaps with rocks as always, which also is a nice little trick I do. If I'm not really sure, if I have a small gap and I don't know what to do with it, I just pop a tree in there or some rocks, and then it kind of ties it together and you don't really notice that little gap. So I just did that there as well with the gap between the slide and the restaurant. So like I said, adding some lighting in, and that's basically it for today's episode. Yeah, bit of a weird one today, but thanks for sticking around, thanks for watching, and if you've enjoyed it, do give me a thumbs up, and hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. I really do appreciate it. But I'll see you all next time for another episode. Bye!